Hey everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about You'd Be Mine by Erin Hahn. I got this from NetGalley.
I think I got it from Edelweiss.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so this is basically about a romance that kicks off between two country singers. I can say romance, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a romance book.
Right.
Okay, so Clay is this headliner, I think, Florida Georgia Line kind of concept. Beer and girls, you know. Anyway, he was really popular. They need a warm-up band. And so basically the execs, after Clay has been getting in like bar fights and going to jail and just doing things he's not supposed to, they're like, we need a really good opener. So they send him to get Annie Mathers, who is the daughter of two very famous country singers. She's kind of taken a break after her parents' death, but she's in and out of the music scene. So Clay convinces her and her band to join him on his national tour. And while they're on tour together, you know, she struts her stuff, and they kind of find their way to each other as they cross the country. And I mean, yeah, that's it.
So I like the fact that they wrote a book that it's supposed to be inspired by Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash. I liked that because Walk the Line is like one of my favorite movies ever.
So let's talk about the fact that probably I know nothing about Johnny and June Cash. You probably know everything. And therefore, that's probably why we have very different takes on this book.
Yeah, okay, so...
Because I have no background knowledge whatsoever.
But I felt like trying to do their story a little bit, like that she did a good job with that because their story was not teen-friendly, and I think that she did a good job with that. And I like books about wanting to be country singers because I feel like there's so many books about wanting to be a rock star and you don't get the country, and there's kids that want to be a country singer.
I love the country like concerts in this book where she's like going barefoot and dancing, and I love their like riff-offs where they're like playing different songs to each other, and I love when they're like playing together but like surprisingly, and it was like, oh, hard eyes.
So, but the only thing that, like, threw me about this book is it's being marketed as a romance, and I didn't feel like it was a romance. Like, I feel like they didn't interact that much.
I totally think it was a romance. I think that they interacted to the point that they could have. I mean, they were both going through some pretty weighty things within their own personal lives, and it was kind of coming to terms with their own personal grief, and then kind of moving beyond that to come to each other.
Then I feel like maybe it should have been marketed as different because I feel like they're really pushing the romance, and to me it just didn't.
Well, then what else would they have marketed it as?
I mean, it could just be like, it's kind of like how the Sarah Dessen books aren't really romances; they're realistic fiction. They could have just marketed it as a realistic fiction book. It didn't need to be like a romance, because to me, what I was expecting and what I got were two very different things.
I don't know, but I think they both kind of work through their issues because of each other. Like, I think it in the end, the driving force is the romance.
I know. It just didn't quite feel for what it's supposed to be. It didn't feel like that was the force of the book.
Well, I was all in the romance, and I loved Clay, and I loved Annie, and I loved the songs that were peppered throughout.
See, I liked Clay and I liked Annie, and like I said, I thought that they did a good job with the like Johnny Cash aspect. I thought that was well done. I just, like, I wasn't swooning over the love story. And I like a romance.
I really liked it, and I'll read more books.
This is her first book, and as a first book,
that is shocking because it's so well done.
It is very well done as a first book, so I will keep reading.
Totally. All right, are we ready to rate it?
Let's rate it.
Okay, so our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse and doesn't get a horn. Where are you?
I'm at a 3. Like I said, I thought it was really well done. My expectations weren't met.
I'm at a 4. Though, to be fair, I know nothing about Johnny or June Cash. I never read the summaries of the books before we read them, so I never have any idea what I'm getting into.
You just, like, literally, like, look at the schedule I make and are like, okay!
So I have no idea what's coming. So I wasn't expecting a romance because I didn't even know that it was a romance. But I couldn't stop reading this. I fell in love with it. I loved it. I was interested. I loved the drama. I loved the romance. I loved it all. So I'm at a 4.
So that is where we are on You'd Be Mine.
All right. See you around.
Bye.